It's just Bruce, he don't bite. Hello.
Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. Bruce here. Today is March 23rd, 2024, and I have a restoration video for you today. About 2 years ago, I did another restoration video on a Power of the Force Snowspeeder. Never did finish it. It just became too way long and drawn out, so I'm going to try to do this one a little quicker. Like I said, today we're going to be restoring a Rebel Armored Snowspeeder. As you can see, this is from Empire Strikes Back, and I'm sure you're familiar with it if you're a Star Wars fan, but that's not the one I have. What we're going to do is what I'm going to show you right now. This is what we're aiming for. I still don't know how to point, but it's there. Yeah. Okay. So this one's showing up pretty good how dingy it is on camera. These cameras don't like to pick up the dinginess of stuff. It's got most of the parts. It's missing a few. I do have a scrap bin back there that I think I might be able to get the remaining parts that we need. But right now we're just going to take a look at it. And it's, as you can see, it's a Snowspeeder. I don't have much room to work here with my camera. But as you can see, it's pretty dingy, pretty dirty. Here's a battery compartment. Battery compartment doesn't look too bad. The terminals don't look too bad. Not sure why it's working. That's why we got to tear it apart. But we're going to tear this apart and then we're going to clean it. Here's the bottom for you. I decided not to bleach it or use peroxide on it. We're going to just do it the good old-fashioned way. I'll explain that here in a minute. Right now we're going to change this camera angle because I'm not happy with it, and we're going to take it apart. Okay, so that's a better angle. You should be able to see it better this way than the way I had it. First thing we're going to do, just give it a once over here. Here's the fuselage, and like I said, it's dirty. The stickers are pretty much, this one's taped on. The stickers are pretty much, I'm not really worried about saving these. They're not in the best shape. So usually I hit it with some lighter fluid and pull these stickers off. But I don't think I'm going to bother this time. I think I'm just going to get some new ones and put on there. The bottom ones, okay, well, they don't look too good, too bad, but I could feel how dirty it is. And I don't like that. That's what we're here to fix. So that's the fuselage. Now look at the canopy and the other parts, other pieces, parts. This canopy looks like it's in good shape. Nothing broken. Got the glass good, so no worries there. We'll just clean that. Two of the guns, once again, look okay, just dirty. It's got the piece of plastic in there. It's clear. If we get that light working, we'll be able to light those up, and that'll be nice. Same thing. Put it in the let's clean pile. Here's a battery cover. Same thing, just dirty, needs cleaned. Bad stickers on it. We'll just get rid of those. And the two rear jet propulsion engines, whatever you want to call them, same thing, just dirty, but they're not broken or nothing. So far this looks promising. And so let's take it apart. Here's the landing gear. This goes back, seems like it's functional. It goes back in there and closes it. That holds it. When I pull this out, it should spring forward. All right, we're good on that too. Okay, well, there's 6 screws on the back, so take a screwdriver and take them out. I always use my magnetic screwdriver for working on these because it's easy to drop a screw. Not so much when you're taking it apart, but when you're putting it back together, it's so easy to drop a screw down in there and never get it. This is my favorite one. As you can see, my dog's got a hold of it, but I still use it. All right, so I got one screw out. I'm going to set that aside. Let's go ahead and fast forward to these other 6. And that's the 6 screws from the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I always put them in a little container so I don't lose them. Because, you know, these Kenner screws are hard to come by. Screws are all in nice shape. If you can see, they're nice and silver. They're not rusted. Put them in a little cup. Set those aside. Now, this is important, too. When you flip it over, I'm just going to tuck this in here. You don't have to do this, but I'm tucking it in there just so I can lay it flat. The first time I restored one of these, I took the screws out, and I thought, okay, well, we can just break it apart. No problem. I'm messing with it, thought, oh, maybe there's a clip in there or something I'm missing. It wouldn't come apart. Turns out there's 2 screws right here, one there, that I missed. So we're going to take them out. Speaking of screwdrivers, don't use one of the automatic drills or, you know, the battery operated screwdrivers to do this. You know, I always say this in all my restorations. This is like 40-some-year-old plastic. Very easy to break, and if you put too much torque on it one way or the other, boom, you snap a piece off and you're done. So just, you know, take the extra time and use a regular screwdriver. So now we should be able to pull this apart. Oh, look what fell out. A penny fell out. See, I'm a penny richer. 1978. That's odd. 1978, that's when Star Wars came out. Why not? Because it came out in 77. The toys come out in 78, though. All right, so let's try to take this apart. We're already a penny ahead on this. How about that? The top it's been a while for one of these. Okay, here we go. The top lifts up. Don't force it. Something's hanging me up on this side here. What could be holding me up? Everything's coming up except for this corner here. I got the screw. There it goes. All right. And I just felt all the insides toss around in there. Let's see what we got. So this comes off like this. I always look at the inside because on the inside like this, you can see sometimes, especially if you have bad batteries in there, it'll get the battery acid all in through there and it'll start to corrode it and discolor it. So I always look at that first. This piece here looks pretty good. Oh, I also meant to say we're missing this guy over here. Now I think I have another one of these in my scrap box. We'll see whenever we go to reassemble it. But right now we're in the cleaning process. So in fact, let's see if we can pop that out. Okay, good. This just pops straight out like this. In case you ever have to remove it. Just poop right in there. And it's slanted, so it only goes on the one side. If I put this on this side, it won't work. So just make a mental note if you take these off. If they were both there, I probably wouldn't take it off because I don't want to risk breaking the plastic. And we'll put that in the clean pile. All right, looking at this piece, there's no cracks, no damage. It is ready for the clean pile. No electronics to damage with water, so clean pile. That leaves us with our electronics. And here's the pilot seat. And we want to make sure the direction it goes in, it looks like it's symmetrical. It's not. Okay, it's not symmetrical. See make a note where the footrest is. The footrest goes towards the front because we don't want to put this back together like that. We want it to be the correct direction. All right, that good. Looks good. That's going in the clean pile. Here's that landing gear with a spring on it. Oh, good thing I'm filming this. Now see what I just did? I just dropped this. I didn't see which way it was facing. I didn't see where the spring was. I didn't see anything. But because I'm videotaping it, I can go back and see how it was about 10 seconds ago. And when I put it back, I can put it back correctly. Anyway, the spring looks in good shape. It's not corroded that much. I think this might be a job to soak it in some white vinegar for a couple hours. And when we go to put this back together, it'll be nice and clean. So I'll set that in a different pile up here. Landing gear. A lot of times this piece here, where's my pointer? Gotta have a pointer. A lot of times this piece here that I'm holding in my hand, this fork here, I call it a fork, the slot, a piece of that will be broken off and then your landing gear won't work. That's like a #1 problem. This one, we got lucky, happens to be in good shape, doesn't look stressed, it's not cracked. Little stress fracture there, little, like not even a fracture, just you can tell when the plastic turns white. So that goes in the clean pile. Next, we have that little door I showed you. This is very easy to lose too. I knocked one on the floor. It took me an hour to find a long time ago. Put that in the clean pile. Now we have the basic fuselage here. And you know, surprisingly, it doesn't look that bad on the inside. I'm not sure why it didn't work or why it doesn't work. Let me get a couple batteries and pop them in here. Okay, this takes 2C batteries, so let's put them in there. I'm pushing the button underneath to see if I can get a light at least. No lights. A lot of times the lights, if your machine lights up, but your motor doesn't turn, which is right here, that means that you have dirty terminals, or your terminals aren't touching, or you have your batteries in the wrong way. But if you're getting a light and nothing from the engine, that means that you just got to fix your engine. Right now it's just not getting current. So let's take a look at this and figure out why. Checking my wiring. Connectors there, good. Okay, up to the light bulb's good. I don't see any broken wires, corrosion. These connectors over here both look nice. I already said the battery terminals look decent. Yeah, they don't look too bad. All right, the battery terminals look pretty clean, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean them with just a little bit of lighter fluid. Just a little, not a lot. And I don't have any Q-tips laying around. I would use a Q-tip So I'm just going to use a corner of a paper towel. And I'm not going to saturate it like I'm taking off a sticker. I'm just going to wipe where the batteries touch. Just back and forth a couple times. 2 and these 2. Now I didn't, if you can look at my towel, I didn't get much dirt off of it. They're not corroded, and they're still kind of gold colored. So I'm wondering if it's just the fit of the batteries. You think we'll get that lucky? So all right, put our batteries in. Make sure they're the correct direction. Make sure both terminals are hitting the battery. Yes, it is. And this guy goes this way. I think I see a problem. This battery is going in, but this terminal isn't touching the end of the battery. So we'll gently bend that in. Just like that. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if it was this simple? Let's try. Okay, now 1, 2, all contacts are on the battery, nice and stiff now. Let's see what we got. Buttons underneath. Oh, made a noise. It's trying to move. Oh, it's stiff. But, okay, we have lights. We have the light, and then it's trying to go. Okay, it's kind of working. I know these are brand new batteries, so what I think is we're going to put a little dot of oil on that engine, and I'll be right back as soon as I find my oil. Simple hair clipper oil. Now, some people use WD-40. If you use WD-40, don't just spray it in there. Put it on a Q-tip or something. It doesn't take much. I'm going to get as small of a drop as I can, and I'm going to put it on this front axle right here. I mean, I could take this all apart if you want to see that, but this is just a standard Kenner motor in there with the gears on it. All the gears look like they're intact. I'm just going to put a small drop of oil right here on this axle where the silver is, if you can see the tip of my thing, right there. And once again, here it is before I lube it, which isn't too bad. And just a little drop. If you put too much in this, it'll flood it, and it just won't work. So let's see if I can get this on camera. Itty bitty drop, just one. Just that's like a half a drop. Now this should sound completely different if I did it right, or it's not going to work at all. There it goes. Oil's kicking in. It's getting faster. Sold something. Oh, yeah. So that's our electronics. All right, now, like I said, I'm trying to keep this as quick as possible. I am going to take all these pieces upstairs, and I'm going to clean them in Dawn dish soap and warm to hot water. Not hot water. We don't want to melt the pieces, but I want to use Dawn dish soap. I'm not going to bother taking stickers off. Sometimes you get lucky and they survive the washing process. If they don't, then we're going to take the stickers off. And for right now, I'm doing the washing process. I'm not going to wash this. I will just go over this with a damp cloth, maybe some Dawn detergent on the bottom, just to get some of the dirt off, because I don't want to ruin these electronics. If I was doing this for this is for my own collection. If I was doing this for somebody else, I would remove all these wires. I'd take a picture of it. I would remove all the wires, and then I would wash this piece in the sink too. I'm not going to do that because this is for my own personal collection, and to be honest with you, I'm feeling a little lazy today. So come right back after I wash these. Well, I got everything cleaned as good as I can. I'm losing my voice again. It seems like I'm always losing my voice. I don't know why. I feel fine. Yeah, I mean, this all came out really nice and clean. This was really dark and dingy, and there's a big improvement on that. Like I said, it was just Dawn dish detergent, some warm water. I let it soak for about 10 minutes, and then I took a paintbrush and used it to scrub. I did lose a few of the stickers, which I figured I would. Most of these stickers were in bad shape anyway, and I knew I was going to lose one or two of them. There's my traditional text message while I'm working. So I'm not much worried about the stickers. I'll make my own stickers and put them on there. If they were all in pristine condition, I probably would have taken a little more time and tried to save them. But there was only a few on there that were good. I did save a couple of them. They're upstairs. I'm going to put them back on whenever I do sticker this, which will be not in this video. So that's that. See, the little pieces, parts came out. I did dig in my little stash of spare parts, and I found one of these, which will complete it. I was very happy to find that. I thought I had one, but I wasn't sure. What else we got here? Oh, the spring. I had this in. You can't see it. It made a little bit of a difference. I had the spring in the in some white vinegar, and then I just wiped it off. And I mean, it wasn't too bad to begin with. So, like I said, all these pieces come out nice. This came out. It's got a little bit of battery. I call it battery discoloring. This is the kind of discoloring that won't come off. And I'm pretty sure that's from the battery, but when I put a new sticker on that, it's going to cover it up. Underside looks good. All in all, just with the Dawn dish soap and warm water, everything brightened up pretty nice. Like I said, I'm on the fence about using peroxide to soak these to brighten them up. My last video, I did a action figure where I tried it. It came out good, but I'm just not sold on it. I'm just not sold on it. So, leave something in the comments if you have something to say about that. So, let's put this bad boy back together. What do you say? Inside, we have our landing gear. These pieces right here. It's the little spring we had and our little landing foot. The side with the fork goes on this side here, which if you're looking straight ahead, it would be the left side. And we got to figure out how do we put the tension on this spring that we need. Now, the landing gear is going to go up this way and down that. Can you see? Yeah, up and down. So I think we want the tension to pull it down. That makes sense. So I would think, that would pull it down, wouldn't it? This little baby, this is what holds it up. Got to put that back in a slot. It doesn't click in or nothing. It just sits there. All it's supposed to do is go back and forth smoothly, which it does. Now I can put my seat back on. Remember, we're going to keep the footstool to the front. Now let's test out the landing gear again. Sometimes you got to fiddle with stuff. It doesn't come the first time. And then that'll hold the landing gear in when I want it to come out. I push this button, and there we go. All right, that is correct. That is correct. If you know what that's from, God bless you. Little Chris Farley humor. Now my first two screws I'm going to put in go right here. And they're holding that, see, magnetic screwdriver. Love it. Okay, I just made a mistake. We got to put the top on before I put the screws in. I always leave my mistakes in, so there, I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking ahead. So now we'll put this on. This came out nice too. I was very happy with it. Okay, there we go. And that clicked right into place this time. Now I can put a screw in there. See, magnetic screwdrivers are great for this. This is actually what I dropped a screw in the one time whenever I was not using a magnetic screwdriver. Just get it in there finger tight. I don't want it to split. I say all the time, 40-some-year-old plastic is not very forgiving. And now let's just test that landing gear again just to be 100% sure it's working. Landing gear goes up. That's the one thing you got to worry about is getting that in correctly. We're good. We are good. I'm going to leave it up in there for the rest of the process. So that is that. Now we are going to put the 6 bottom screws in. Turn it over. Now see this side here, I didn't soak this in water because I didn't want to get the electronics wet. What I did do is I took the corner of a towel and dipped it in my Dawn dish detergent water, and I just gave it a once over, get all the film off of it. It was a little bit of a dirty film, and it still brightened it up a little bit. I mean, I didn't use any bleach or anything, so like I said, I don't know. I just have a big problem with putting harsh chemicals on. So let's put these 6 screws in now. That's all our screws. Now we have just the trim pieces. Let's do the back engines. Now I don't know if these go in a certain way or not. I think they do. You just go on with a gentle little twist one way or the other. I just don't remember which way. I don't think it should be that loose, should it? I don't know. This one went in nicely. Okay, maybe I have them reversed. Nope, that's loose too. Is there something wrong? Ah, there we go. So they get pushed in and turned to clockwise. And this little tab will hold it in right here. And if you're lucky, you get a little snap like I did, but not a bad snap. Okay, that's that. Turning, turning, turning. Now these are the pieces. These pieces are marked A and B. So show up on the camera. This is A, this is B. And they only go on one way. A goes on my left. B goes on my right, and they click down in there. I don't normally pull these out when I do these kind of. Okay, guess what? I messed up. It's B on the left. There we go. A on the right. Now that could have been bad. If I'd have pushed too hard, I'd have broken them. And you'll see they go to the contour of the sides of the ship. No big deal there. These are our cannons. These can be tricky. They go in and you gently turn them to the right, clockwise, until they pop into where they need to be. That's the trick, is to get them started in the right spot. Because once again, you can break them there. That popped in nicely. This one, same thing. We're going to put it in here. You see the flat spot. There's a flat spot right here that you want to be up against the fuselage. Doesn't matter about this. This turns. But this flat spot has to, so I put the flat spot facing up, sticking it in the hole, and I'm turning it, holding it in, and turning it to the right till it clicks. You know, if I wasn't doing this on video, there it goes. And that flat spot now is against the fuselage on both pieces. Now these are always famous for moving around. So there's really not much to do about that. So we're just going to leave that as is. It'll be fine. Back cannon, I realized I am missing the harpoon mechanism. And this has some stuff on it. Back cannon, easy peasy. Just pop it right in a hole there. Now there is a harpoon harpoon and a string and an anchor that go on this. I don't think I have an extra one of. But I will change that. I can order one on the internet, or I can actually make one. Here's our cockpit and our glass. I did clean the glass. Glass I actually used some Windex on. Window cleaner. Yeah, I just wanted to try to brighten it up a little bit. I didn't do much else. I cleaned it in the Dawn dish detergent. It kind of like was streaky. So I'm like, I'm going to make it a little better. So I'm like, Dawn dish, window cleaner didn't hurt it. So that just pops right in there. And then it goes in here. Easy peasy. And now, the only thing left is our battery cover. And, let's get the batteries and put them in there. I had to run back upstairs and get the batteries. I left them on the kitchen sink. But, I mean, I'm sure you know how to put batteries in. Just follow the little signs on there. Get in there. When it comes to batteries, don't force them in there. They should slide in easily. Like this one is giving me a little bit of problem right now. And I'm not going to force it in because that's how you bend your terminals. So I'm trying to get this in nicely. It's fussing a little bit. Also, Back in 1979, 1980, when this was made, batteries were a little bit different size than they are today. Just a hair off some of them. These C batteries have always been a nightmare. I prefer the double A's. They seem to fit in everything. Okay, there we go. See if it works. Cross your fingers. Hope I didn't ruin it. It's not working. I think it's this last battery I put in. It just doesn't want to fit correctly. There we go. I don't know if you can see the light or not. Let me kill this light. Hey, you can kind of see it. Let's kill this other light. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think we'll be okay. I'm going to run that engine for a little bit. Put our battery cover on, just like this. Landing gear down. Hey, there it is. There it is. The only thing it needs is the new stickers. And I got to find one of the anchors and the harpoon for it, which I do not have. I will, though, even if I have to make it myself, because I think I have a mold for this. I did those for a little while a couple years ago, and the mold's still good. I can make myself one. Which ordinarily I wouldn't do, but since I'm going to put repress stickers on here anyway, it's not really going to matter. But there it is. I mean, it's one of my simpler restorations. Let's get the stickers done. Well, as you can see, I did end up putting the stickers on it. Some of the stickers were savable. Others, I had to go ahead and print some out. I have a scanned version of the Snowspeeder stickers. So I did put them on there. You can kind of tell the difference between the new stickers and the old sticker. This is an old sticker, and the rest on the top are new. I was able to save all of the stickers on the bottom. Usually I try to keep the stickers intact. Really a shame I didn't get all of them for this, but it's almost impossible to find original stickers, you know, that are left over from this era. If you do, 90% of the time they end up being fake, so keep that in mind. Let's do the outro. So March is usually my slowest month, at least it has been for the past 7 years on my eBay store, Kenner Custom Toys on eBay, wink wink nudge nudge. So that's when I do most of my restorations, is usually in March. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 restorations so far this month. I did a Y-wing, I did another X-wing, I did another troop transporter, of course the Snowspeeder that I just finished here. Trying to keep the videos quick as possible. This actually wasn't a hard restoration. Most of these restorations aren't hard. Just takes a little time, a little bit of patience. I hope to get one that's really messed up and make a good video on how to correct some of the major problems. But anyway, hey, leave a like, subscribe, leave me a comment down there. Let me know what you think. Do you have this toy? I honestly, when I was a kid, never had this toy. I didn't really want it. But because of my collection, and I'm kind of a completionist, I do want to get all the vintage ships, because Power of the Force ones just don't do it for me. But hey, until next time, bye.
Star Wars, da da da, Star Wars, da da da, Star Wars, da da da, Wars, dun 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 dun.